Oh, Jesus Christ.
Alright, welcome everybody to like some sort of unboxing modification to this keyboard that I have. It's the Keychron Q1. I ordered it like 3 weeks ago and then it came in. And then I was like, oh hey, I should make a video on this. So here we are. And then I realized, oh hey, wait, in order to modify it, I would need to wait for my switches to come in as well as my keycaps. So I had to wait like a week, maybe like 2 weeks, I don't fucking know. But regardless, it's here, and hopefully you enjoy what we got going on here. So unpackaging this hefty ass box, what we end up seeing in here is a bunch of accessories, just the standard stuff, you know. It comes with a coiled aviator cable. It comes with extra keycaps, extra screws for the case, as well as rubber feet, as well as extra gaskets if you want to add a little bit more flex to your keyboard. It also comes with a Phillips screw, L-shaped hexagonal screw, a key switch puller, and a keycap puller. So this thing's pretty decked out, but you know, this is like my first to second unboxing of a keyboard ever. The first one was the Red Dragon K552. So this is miles ahead in terms of extra accessories. So opening up the case, you can see that there are 8 hexagonal gold plated screws, as well as a daughter board in the corner that is held by 2 gold Phillips screws. Now, I'm not really sure how I feel about keyboards that are this heavy. As a reference point, I feel like a lot of the keyboards I hold are relatively light in terms of weight. And when I first picked up this thing, like just the case alone, it felt like if I were to accidentally drop something this big and heavy, I would throw off the Earth's rotation or some shit. That's just got some build to it. Now, on a more serious note, this is a pretty good and really well built keyboard with really good settings for RGB as well as various QMK settings. I'm not super familiar with QMK, but I do know that you can remap some of the keys on here, so that is a plus. So with more specifications about the actual keyboard itself, there is an aluminum plate inside as well as foam in between the PCB and the plate in order to help with the acoustics, kind of give it a bit more of a muted sound and reduce hollowness and ping. Along with that, I opted for gateron blue switches in order to really like highlight the differences in like the stock build of this keyboard, as well as when I finish modding it. So yeah. So what's neat about this keyboard is that it's hot swap and it comes with these pre-lubed gateron screw and stabilizers. They're pretty nice, but I honestly just took them apart and lubed them myself. I used super lube on the housing insert as well as the wires. The switches I end up using are gazzew bobagum linear silence. I said that in the most elongated way possible. They are the gazzew bobagums. They are a silent linear switch. I honestly like how they feel. I ended up using Krytox 205 grade 0 on the spring. Not really too much that I did with it in terms of lubing, because you know it already sounds pretty good stock. So here you can see me putting in the switches. Some of the pins on the switches were actually bent, and I had to straighten them out with a tweezer. But other than that, this was a pretty smooth ride the entire way through for like all 81 keys. I would honestly recommend that you go for these switches if you're into silent linears, just because they don't feel super mushy. Or if you're a fan of that tactile bump, you can get a variant of these. I believe that they're called the Gazzew Boba U4s. Yeah, if you're not into that straight press down and you prefer like a little bump as as you press down to get like an indication that you press down. You could opt for Boba U4s. But yeah. For the keycap choice, I chose these really nice clones of the GMK Mizu. I honestly do not have the funds to purchase a genuine GMK set. However, I really like how these look, and to be honest to God, if you put a clone set in front of the original, I would not be able to tell the difference. But regardless, I really like how this all turned out. I think it looks really good.